Mic check. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Would you mind, Black Xit Family, if you can hear and see me clearly, just to give me a quick message, if you don't mind, please. Black Xit Family, if you don't mind, it's 8 o'clock and I'm actually on time, which is amazing. I just would like someone to give me a comment, just to say if you're with me on this live, just to let me know you can see and hear me. I'll just wait for your message to come in. In the meantime, I'd just like to say greetings. Aha, you're there. How lovely to see you, TT. You can hear me. Valerie McIntosh. Hey, greetings, family. How are you, Val? And JDRP Podcasts. Let me just go there again. JDR Podcasts. Greetings, JDR Podcast. How are you? In fact, you know what? I'm thinking about doing podcasts. So, JD, maybe you can give me a blast because McConnell's been convincing me that we need to start. So, Valerie McIntosh, are you here in the Gambia? Are you here in Gambia, Valerie? Clement Bacco, hi Black Beauty. Oh, hello Black Beauty Black. Nice to have you here, Clement Bacco. Yeah, and today's topic is quite a controversial one. As you know, now with everything happening with YouTube, we have to be careful how we address certain topics. But I am going to invite you to enjoy me. Oh, you want to be? You're not? Okay, sorry. Never mind. Next time, yeah? You can do that. I'm just adding the address so that you can join us. Sorry. There we go. So that you can join us if you'd like to discuss this topic. Hey, who's in Brixton? Oh, nice. I haven't been to Brixton for such a long time. I used to like going down there to go and buy hard food, some yam and sweet potato. Is it still like that? Do you still have the market? I used to go down, is it Cold Harbour Lane? Cold Harbour Lane in Brixton. Okay. Oh, hi Brian. Nice to see you again. Abiola. Hey. Greetings, Abiola. How are you? Abiola Faletti. Greetings, greetings. You're watching from Dallas, Texas. That's amazing. How is Dallas, Texas? How are you? I want you to just let me know how you are, where you are. Yeah? Ah, your uncle moved to the Gambia last year. Is he enjoying it? I hope he is. I've had such a busy day, fam. I've been in the office. See, even my phone's still ringing. I've been in the office all day. I literally just got home about 15 minutes ago. So forgive me if I'm a little bit tarnished, but we had quite a few Black Xit family in the office today. And yeah, it's just really, really busy today. Oh, gentrification. Oh, okay, so it's changed. It's not the way that it used to be. I used to go on the reparations march and march through Brixton until obviously I came here to live. So it's cold. Okay, Hemet Ka. Yeah, get him in to get me, give him my contact details, please, Valerie, so we can get in contact. Maybe he can pop into the office. We can have a little meetup. Today I was supposed to go out with some other Black Xit family after work, but I had to have a change of plan in order to come to make today's live. Oh, he loves it. That's good. I'm just having a conversation with you all while we warm up to today's session. And we dive into today's topic and wait for a few more Bla Xit family to come. So, Brian, you're in Savannah, Georgia. Abiola, where are you? And Brian, where are you? And let's have a look. I just heard from City, who's in Brixton, and JDR Podcasts. Where are you? Let's find out where everybody is. That'll be quite interesting to find out. And TT, where are you? So let me know where you all are. It'll be nice to hear from you. You'll send it to me tomorrow. Okay, that's great. So today's topic is a controversial one in a sense that I wanted to talk about defamation. Yeah, and if you don't know what defamation is, I should really Google the definition properly, shouldn't I? Defamation is usually terms, words, and actions, whether published or recorded or in some way used to harm another person. And that has been, you're in Babylon called London. Okay, Valerie's in California. And JD Doss Smith's in Atlanta, Georgia. Wow. So, I hope you're all well where you are and you're all safe, considering everything that's going on and the madness that's going on in the world. I hope you're safe and well and, sane. Sane, considering all the madness that's going on. Telling you, absolute madness. Some of the madness, sometimes I get some emails and I read them and I'm like, wow, that's going on. Like, really? It's for real? So I think here you're a little bit more protected from it all, of what's going on in the world. You're a little bit more protected. So I'm not as exposed. So sometimes when I read things and I say they're actually doing that, like someone was telling me, unless some nurses took certain things, then they weren't allowed to have their job anymore. So one of our Bla Xit subscribers was asking me, is this the same here? And I was saying to them, no, it's not, as far as I know. But obviously I'm not a nurse, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting developments happening here in the Gambia, which is amazing and fantastic. But really, where I'm coming from, there's the defamation issue, is that I watched an interview with President Kenyatta from the Gambia. Can you? Sorry, yeah. And so we had this. Sorry about that. So we had. Who's that? Is that Garnet Jallo from Sweden? Hello there in Sweden. So I'm going to say this evening. So I'm going to say. Naka, huh? Yeah, it is. It gives us better sound. You can both. Let me just move the camera.
No, it's okay. It's blocking the phone.
Huh? No, I can just bring it down. I can bring it down so it's between us. Okay. So, do you want to move the mic over?
Yeah. Greetings, Bla Xit family.
Just slightly out of.
Yeah. Great.
That's it. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Yes, greetings to everyone. Greetings. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope everyone is in good health. Big up yourself, Kwame. Big up yourself. Yeah. J. Smith, big up yourself. Valerie McIntosh, big up yourself. Brian Easley, big up yourself. Thanks for joining us. Garnet Jallo, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Brian, you've got bad service, you're saying. Well, let's hope you can stay with the subject today, and let's hope that someone can join us if you'd like to. But obviously, we don't expect anybody to join us. We just make the option available to you, because obviously it's your choice. And sometimes you're not in a space where you can actually go live. You might be watching us from work, or you might be driving because it's that time when you're rushing home. So but we do make the option available to you if you would like to. Now, as you know, I'll just give you the usual housekeeping rules. Wait, yeah, I just give you the usual housekeeping rules, which is that if you do come live with us, please no profanities, and obviously just keep it positive. Yeah, we're here to build and to grow, and not to break each other down or to destroy. And so that's what defamation actually is about. Unfortunately, it causes a lot of destruction. So what we're talking about today is the defamation that's been happening about Africa and Africans, and the situation, if you like, is not improving. But one of the things that I noticed is that there are other groups of people on the face of the planet, and they have their own anti-defamation leagues and their own protection put in place to protect them, their reputation, their cultures, their religions, their beliefs, their people, and their land. So I just wanted to talk briefly. I just wanted to talk very briefly to that. So one of the other things that I wanted to look at was the actual definition, which I actually did have lined up on my phone, but it seems to have closed. So I just wanted to see what your views are, because President of Kenya, as I was saying, he made a statement about not trusting the Western media because the way in which they have projected Africa to the world, and also the way that Africa has been perceived. And I think that's important, because I think we need to be a part of the solution in changing that narrative. Now, Woda Maya and many other vloggers out there are doing a really good job. Tano and others, African Tigress, African Superstar Black. Lots of them are changing the way in which we are perceived by putting out really positive content. But at the same time, there are other people that are doing not such a good job of putting out positive content. And so, yes, I do believe there should be a balance. And I don't think that, you should go out there and say, everything bad. I don't think that, there's a medium that says everything good. But when you look at certain countries, like I was talking to someone in the Gambia, and I showed them a video in my phone, and I said to them that this is England. I just showed them a short video, and we were talking about the issue of homelessness, because they had watched the video where the president, His Excellency Adama Barrow, was at the opening of the Taft Cornerstone, where he said that, homelessness is a worldwide phenomenon. And so, of course it is. And so the person asked me if there was homelessness where I came from. And I said, yes, of course there is. And so I showed them a video, portraying the homelessness and what was actually going on. And I think that we definitely, need to talk about the way in which Africa has been portrayed and is being portrayed. So I would like to, can I pin the link? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put it in private chat for you so that you can get it there, paste. It's also going to be in the comments. So I've just pasted it in the private chat. I'm just going to post it in the comments. I've just seen your so there it is. That's JDR Podcasts. So there you have it. So you can join us if you wish to. So why is us being protected or protecting ourselves so important? And why should Africa protect its own reputation? This is one of the questions that we need to ask. Now I'm going to let Adrian come in now, because obviously Adrian and I, We might be joined at the hip, joking, but we have different opinions on things and different perception of things. So, Travel with Tay, greetings, sis.
Greetings, sis. Greetings, Travel Tate. How are you, sis?
So Valerie McIntosh said, so sad that we take the same attitude to the motherland. Stay in America with all of that ugliness. Okay, so she's talking about people that she's in America. So
Yeah,
she's talking about people in America. No, that's where she's staying.
Yeah.
That's where she lives. So, or stay wherever you are with that ugliness.
Yeah, I think is basically we can't pinpoint just the one
Country.
but one country. What it is it's
Just
global.
reading her content.
Yeah. No, I know. No, we're just saying, thanks for the comment, Valerie. But that's how we don't want to be, it seems to pinpoint in one sort of individual. It's a global thing that we're working on.
Issue.
And let's face it, it's not an easy challenge because we have been separated from each other for such a long time. We take on different cultures, different language, so it's not easy. But what I'm saying is important that when we get back here on the continent, that we be patient and try and learn a lot from the continent. So, sorry, when I went to Ghana first time, 41 years ago, I was looking for Tarzan and family, but I couldn't find it, and I knew that was what he was in there, narrow-minded propaganda warfare. Yeah, big up Kwame. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying, Africa for Africans, home and abroad, and there's going to be a grand reunion of us coming back, but it's not going to be easy. Because remember, after they said they emancipate slavery, well, that's just the physical side of it. They never really had done anything in terms of, re-educating us. You understand? So what we do, we're left with all those traumas. We're left with all those self-hate. We're left with, and it's hard because nothing was ever put in place to sort of accommodate us. Remember the slave owners, they got paid out while we got left out. And we had to fight for our self-determination. And it's not easy. I think that some of our former ancestors had to pay to ever get their children back. So it wasn't easy. And then you were left with the plantation owners that again mistreat you just as bad because it was the same slave masters. Children or whatever become the plantain owners and all of that. So we never had a chance to heal. It's 500 years of oppression, and up until this day, we still never have a chance to heal. But every single day we're becoming a target. Every single day we're in fighting. Every day others fighting to put us down. So we never, ever had that day to heal. And that's why Marcus Garvey did ask for 50 years unmolested. We need that. We need that. Because everywhere the black man settle, they always come in with problems. You understand? They always come with problems. We end up on low incomes. We can't, this is a conversation I was having long time when I was in England, And what I was saying that it's hard for us to kind of get that startup loan, that startup money to do great things. So everywhere we go, the odds is against us as a people. So, and we constantly find a way of pulling each other back. Instead of working with each other, because what we need now is us working together in unity, because we now have to pull our resources together. We have to really pull our resources together. We don't have no backing. We don't have any backing. So that's why we have to understand how we're working together. And for us move into the motherland is a big move. It's not only physical, it's mental as well. To really pack up as a family, leave the country probably of your birth, to now move to a new country where more or less it's not like you was here and then you leave as an economic migrant and you come back. You move to a complete different country. Yeah? Sorry, let me just read travel. Travel Teddy. When I hopped on, I heard something about homeless. Our Gambian brothers and sisters were always surprised when I told them there's homeless people living in front of the gates of the White House. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of homelessness in the West.
Yeah, but they don't show it. What I'm trying to say is that they protect their reputation, right? While ours is that's why I stopped watching their news. And this is it. I realized it was a mind game. So defamation, I said I would give you the definition. Defamation is the action of damaging the good reputation of someone or something, yeah, or someplace, yeah. Slander or libel, yeah, that is what it is. There are other definitions as well. Defamation is the oral or written communication of a false statement about another that unjustly harms their reputation and usually constitutes a tort or a crime. And in several countries, including South Korea, a true statement can also be considered a defamation. So there's lots of different defamation definitions. There's also the legal defamation, which is defamation is a statement that injures a third party's reputation. So as you know, we've suffered defamation personally as Bla Xit. The tort of defamation includes both libel, which is written, and also spoken statements. And so, you know, if you've been following what's been going on YouTube, you realize that there has been a lot of defamation going on. But I'm here to talk about defamation of Africans and Africa. And, you know, I'm an African, so you can include me in that. Adrian's an African, so you can include Adrian in that. Because the impression that's given on the media of an African, what was the first thing that comes to your mind? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, is what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I know definitely when I stopped watching the news, when I stopped watching TV and seeing those charity adverts and so on, and when I started to come to Africa more, my perception changed. It's our anniversary soon, isn't it, Age? It's the 10th anniversary 10 years, for 10 years that we've been coming to the Gambia. So this is a really good, and I hope that we've done something to change the perception of your view of Africa. And for everybody that's come through as a result of hopefully hearing and being encouraged by what we've said, I really appreciate that. So I would like to know what was and I want you to interact with me on this program in the comments, please. If you don't want to go live, then I would like to know when you hear the word Africa or Africans, in the media, what do you see or hear? What is the perception that you hear? When I say listen to the media, just to give you a bit of a spoiler, I always used to think, it was either war, famine, disease, debauchery, and poverty. And let's read some of the comments. Age?
Positive. If you're broke in America or Europe, you're broke in Africa. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. Give us some positive vibes.
Okay. Poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say, my king and queen, you're beautiful and brilliant role models, Hatiba and Yancho. Thank you so much. I hope you can join us on a live.
The defamation. I think the defamation of Africa is sometimes they make a lot more negative programs about Africa instead of the positive programs. And yeah. What is that?
Your car.
Oh yes. Sorry. Let me just break for a minute.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. He'll be back. Corruption. That's a good one. I read an article in the independent newspaper. You can research it for yourself after this program, but you can research it. I read an article in the independent newspaper. That's a UK newspaper. I read an article, and in the article, it was talking about, let me see if I can find it actually, and then I can put it on the screen for you. It was talking about some of the most corrupt places or the place with the most corrupt place, and I'll show you it. Actually, can you close the door for me? Thanks. And so let me find it. Independent newspaper. Independent news. Hang on, let me just find it. Just writing it in 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can use my phone and hold it. So there's a mafia person. This article came out on the 1st of June 2016. And when you Google it, you'll see this. Let's see if you can see it. Oops, it's going to get a bit blurry. But it says the UK is the most corrupt country in the world, says mafia expert Roberto. Let me go into the article. You see? Let me see if you can see it now. UK is the most corrupt country in the world, says mafia expert Roberto Saviano. So you can Google that yourself. You can Google that yourself. And when you read the article and then you go into the details of the article, you will realize like, he actually, makes sense. And he breaks it down into different segments. And he talks about different things. I'm not going to go too much into it unless you'd want to know. Then I will read it. Let's have a look at some of your comments. So what do you think about Africa? So someone says propaganda, warfare against Mama Africa. They show their racist Tarzan, African Queen Zulu, etc. Lady Visionary says, I used to think big belly children because that's all I saw mostly on children. That's right, covered in flies. Tiban Kajabe. They will show their racist Tarzan, African Queen Zulu. That's from Kwame. Yona B said, all of the above, war, corruption, hungry children. Kwame said, propaganda, warfare against Mama Africa. Someone says PE. Brian says, congratulations, peace. Others love to disconnect Africans around the world. That's Trouble with Tay Tay. Hey, Shantae. So others love to disconnect Africans around the world. They do, and we are all Africans. So we've got a guest who's going to be joining us. So I want to add him right now. We've got TT, growing up in America. Don't forget that we have Super Chat now. So if you would like to support the channel, please, I'm going to add you to the stream. Can you hear me, Jay? JDR podcast. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Bla Xit, I just wanted to say first and foremost, thank you for the work you do and the resources that you're providing and the wealth of knowledge. So that, I hear myself.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Just thank you for the resources you're providing to enable blacks of the diaspora to leave Britain, leave America, and go back to the motherland. Because I think fundamentally, you can hear from my accent, I'm from the UK. I think black Brits have formed an unhealthy dynamic with the UK. My adoptive parents.
Okay, sure. Tell me more.
My adoptive parents are like in their 60s, and they said to me when they came over here in the 1970s, their intention was solely to come work. They already had in the back of their head that they already had a vision that they'd eventually move back. So I think we overstayed our welcome. And if we leave the UK, I don't see it as running away. I think it's running to something better. I know the UK, I know Africa and the Caribbean has its own problems, but I think the problems of Africa and the Caribbean aren't what the media crack it up to be. The media depicts Africa as some degenerate place, the people as degenerate, behind, socially backwards. But I think the problems that Africa faced and the Caribbean face is nothing in comparison to the UK. Because in the UK we have is symbolic annihilation. Everything that we try and do is is rendered invisible. There was a black family in the John Lewis Christmas ad, and then people on Twitter took to Twitter to disparage the children, the black child actors, because it was a positive representation of a family. But if it was a negative depiction of a black family, i.e., absent father, delinquent children, there would be no anguish. So I think that experience has made me recognize that this ain't our home. What our grandparents or
Yeah.
parents said when they came over from the Caribbean or Africa in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, they came over here solely for work. They wanted to go back. So I think it's time we go
Yes.
back. But go back to
Yeah.
what are we going back? What are we going back to? That's the question.
Well, I think that you're going back to the world of possibilities. I think that, obviously, we've been coming back and forth here for nearly 10 years. The first time I came to Africa, I'm just talking about Gambia, but the first time I came to Africa, it was in my 20s. I was just 22. And so at the age of 22, I think that you have like a different perception of life, and especially of Africa. Even though I came from Pan-Africanist, especially my father, I had this ideology about Africa. Yeah. Adrian said he'll be back. He's just got to go down the road.
This the thing start working.
Huh?
With
Oh, that's great.
I think
Okay.
before
We'll
we
talk
move
later
to
because of the
Africa,
line. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think it's
Apologies,
important that
Amy.
before we move to Africa, we have to get Africa in us. We can't just go to Africa and bring back the baggage of, I don't know, Britain, and then bring those ideals, those way of thinking, Western ideals, Western ways of thinking to Africa. I think we have to. The Africa needs to be in there. We have to be. Are we Britons immigrating to? Are we Black Brits immigrating to Africa, or are we Africanized Britons? There's a difference.
Yeah, I just call myself African, even though I was born in the UK, as you know, as you probably were. Um, but I never felt that I was of there or from there. And so, because I knew my origins and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't specifically know where in Africa, because of course, with us being prisoners of war and victims of slavery, and so much mixing and things that used to go on in our bloodline, and also forced rape and so on, it's very challenging for us to be, labeled as that. And for example, Trouble with Tay Tay just said, I'm an African born in America. Yeah. And Tuco said they forgot all about the people who built their dump, you know. Um, and Valerie said she had a grandmother who was born in 1919 and she taught the family the truth. I'm so glad that I had the truth as well. So, like I was saying, I went to Africa when I was 22. So that was a great eye opener for me. And I stayed in a lovely hotel with marble and brass and gold. And, it had a spa, proper spa underneath. It had gorgeous buffet foods. The room was beautiful. I was just having
Luxury.
an amazing time. And I thought, this is not the Africa that they told me, that these places don't even exist. And so as soon as I got back home, I said to my mum,
I
I'm going
tell
to
you,
live in Africa. I said to my mum, I'm going to live in Africa.
I was speaking to someone a few weeks ago about Black people and their environment, the tropics, Africa, and like the premise of we came to conclusion that African hair gravitates towards the humidity and towards the sun, which is so our natural environment is Africa. If our hair gravitates towards the
It
sun,
is. You feel you feel it's like, personally speaking, and my brothers are standing here. I don't know if he wants to say something, but personally speaking, what does it feel like to you? Huh? Sorry? How do you feel? How do you feel living here in Africa? He said it's wonderful. So yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing my life. I don't know why you're having a conversation with me about that right now. Please, just in case of anything. Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing. This is the thing. You see, um, when you come here, I think that there's something in you that just gets triggered. Yeah. And it's also you find peace. You find peace. I
I
can't
hope I
describe
get
to
that
anyone
experience.
what that actually feels like. Hmm?
Because next year, Black Sea, I'm going to Tanzania and Kenya in September. I'm climbing up Mount
Well
Kilimanjaro.
done.
I'm climbing up Mount Kilimanjaro.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
that's an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm only 19, so I hope I want that. I want a positive experience. I know I will have a positive experience.
I was filming yesterday, right? And I was with KD from Perspective and African Boyo. And we were in Taft City. Here's a spoiler. Because you're gonna see it soon. But it was quite a momentous occasion, and I'll explain to you when you see it. It will be coming up soon. As you can see, I've been giving you little shorts for videos, more videos that are to come. And so, sorry for hitting the mic. And so, while we were there, I was standing and I was standing in the sun. And he said to me, "Oh, you're standing in the sun." I said, "Yes, I need to stand in the sun. I have to get some vitamin D. I have to upgrade my melanin. I have to, get my melanocytes and going, so that I can increase my serotonin levels." And he looked at me. I said, "I just need to get blacker. That's all right." Like, you know but just having the sun on your skin and the sun around you does make a huge difference. And living around nature makes a huge difference. Seeing your own people, it makes a huge difference, especially to your mind. We touched on this a little bit last week. And, this week was really about, how people have destroyed the reputation of Africa, which prevents a lot of people from even coming here for a holiday. I have colleagues that will go to Spain, Portugal, Turkey, for a holiday, and Greece, and increase
Wealth.
their GDP, their GDP, their economy, but they won't come to Africa because they're scared because of what they heard or what they perceive, and that has been part of the defamation of Africa.
It's
And I am
propaganda.
calling for that. It is, of course, it is, and I'm calling for the AU. Yeah, I'm calling for the AU. I'm calling for other people. Why is it other people have the Anti-Defamation League? Where is the African Anti-Defamation League? Fam. Huh?
No, I'm
Why
listening. I'm
aren't we
listening to you.
protecting the reputation of Africa? Who's looking after mum and father Africa? Who?
Yeah, it's self-annihilatory. I think it's self-annihilatory. We wanna talk rubbish about Africa, but how about we go? If Africa is such a backwards place, let's brothers and sisters, brothers in particular, go over there and try and fix the problems, rectify it. I know we can't change the world, but each of us are a piece in a larger puzzle. So I don't know. You can open a business. Instead of opening a business in the UK, go overseas and open a business. My aunt.
Well, this
My
is
aunt.
it.
I know Jamaica's not the same as Africa, but I think the premise remains the same.
It's close enough.
We have to, if we don't like the way the diaspora is, if we don't like the way Africa is, let's go over there. And Africa can be a land of opportunity. United States of Africa. Who knows?
Exactly. United Countries of Africa. And can you do me a favor, please, fam? Can you please hit that like button just to help me with my algorithms for the channel? So please, if you could just hit that like button for me, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to Black Xit, if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate it. So I'm just going to read a comment here to see what you have to say, JD. Tuko Pamoja says, I miss the sun and seeing people who look like me, having to pretend that you like these people and having to pretend that they like you when they hate your guts.
Yeah, I tell you, and then they have the gumption, the audacity to switch back on you and tell you that you're crazy when they're the most nefarious, diabolical people on the planet. And honestly, Africa has its problem. Africa and the Caribbean has its problems. Like, if I go to Africa, I don't want a dimension of someone disliking me because of my phenotype or my genotype. So moving to Africa, moving to the Caribbean has its problems, but I know a dimension of someone disliking me won't be because I'm black.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. And also, Black Xit Family, if you wouldn't mind, please share to let people know that we're going live. If you could share on your social media platforms and so on, because the defamation that we've suffered, has also affected us because, unfortunately, people like to believe lies and without checking with me and hearing the truth, or at least another side of the story from me, and they will hear honesty, because I'm not going to deceive anyone. I'm too old for that. And to be honest with you, I'm not very good at lying because I can't remember. So, I just keep it real. And sometimes that offends people because I'm truthful, I just tell it like it is. I kind of shoot from the hip sometimes. So, and some people don't like it. And so, and I have done a video clarifying my position about a lot of the accusations. So before people come and say things and make assumptions, yeah, there's been a targeted campaign against me. I guess they didn't like my hairdo.
Black Xit, I'm gonna.
And
sorry.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna drop out. But
I refuse to.
I just wanted to say one last
Yeah, go
thing.
ahead.
Channels like
Yes.
yours and like give me so much self-esteem and like just make me feel so proud. So I just wanted to say that I hope I see you again or speak to you again, Black Xit, on this platform. So
you never know. We might meet in Tanzania or we might meet in Kenya. Who knows?
absolutely.
Who knows? Once you start traveling Africa, you get the bug, okay? And
Absolutely.
once you get the bug, Africa, I'll tell you one thing. Africa is very beautiful. It is incredibly beautiful. It's like, and it doesn't matter whether you go, like, you can go to like the places like the Seychelles or to Mauritius, or you can go to the west coast of Africa, you can go to the east coast of Africa, you can go to the north coast of Africa, you can go to South Africa. It is Central Africa. It is all so beautiful. That's the one thing I will say, is that Africa is breathtakingly beautiful, and it has beautiful beauty spots, nature spots, things that you've never seen. And sometimes it's like flowers that are just so unique. and just the smallest little thing. But there's something about living here that makes you wake up happy and feel happy. So I do hope that you make that trip, and I want you to come back on Black Xit. Yeah, if YouTube still have us up, which I'm hoping that they will, that they, allow us to continue with our content. Because as you know, we are on a platform that is not belonging to us. And so you're always in the hands of somebody else. But like I said, on the whole, I've had a very good experience with YouTube. And I do like the platform. I'm one of 121 million YouTubers or content creators that are on YouTube. I think there are. So I think I heard that on Moda Maya's program the other day. So yeah, I do hope that you can, when you're there, make some content and load it up on YouTube so that we can see it, so you can share
Absolutely.
the experience and do what Black Xit is doing by sharing with the world your view, and your experiences. That would be lovely. So if you could do that for me, yeah, you do podcasts, so you need to contact me about that. And so take
I
down
can't.
my email address.
I want to start soon. Just make my own content. Yeah, I just want to do start soon.
Yeah, well, you can email me info@blackxithome.com.
Oh, okay. Let me
And
write this down. Info at black. Let me grab a pen. Really, real quick, real quick.
okay,
I'm all ears, Blacks. I'm all ears.
it's nice to hear from young people. Info
Info
at blackxithome.com.
black.
Blackxit Home. So BLAXITHOME.com.
Okay,
So
absolutely.
you can get in contact with me. Yeah. So thank you, JD. I know you can't stay, but it's been great having you on. Anyone else that would like to share, their experiences or their viewpoints about defamation of Africa and Africans, please jump in. But I'm gonna find a little fire, um, because I'm fed up. I am totally fed up, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right? I've seen people use the YouTube platform as black content makers, right? Not the ones that are doing great work like Wodamaya and the various other people that I've talked about that have really shown a balanced view of Africa. But those that just come on here to find anything to moan about, to negatize Africa. I am so over it and tired of it. And I have to ask myself, you know, I don't even, like I said, view it, but sometimes people send me things and I think, oh, what's that? And I open it and I'm like, oh, gosh. And it's so deflating. Haven't we got enough bad media that we have to go and join in? Why do we as Black people have to negatize our own home? And I'm talking about Africa because someone, wrote a comment, you said that England was a dump. But why did I say it? I said it because of the racism, the insidious racism. I said it because I saw so many homeless people, so many destitute people. I said it because of some of the housing estate. I said it because of Grenfell Tower and what happened with Grenfell Tower in the UK. Yeah. I said it because of the racist policies, because of systematic racism, the institutional racism, the endemic racism, societal racism, yeah, and the systematic racism. It's just too much. It's just too much, and there's nothing that you can do. It's like it's insidious. It just seeps into you. And so when I'm talking about the defamation of Africa, I think that a lot of it that is shown on a lot of those big news platforms, Western news platforms, is intentionally done to put you off from coming. And I don't want you, yeah? I don't want you to, be put off by people that are just not got anything positive to say, because there is so many positive things here. And someone, once said, "Oh, Judith, you romanticize Africa." I don't romanticize. I'm not a Roman. I'm an African. Yeah. I just tell you it the way I see it, the way I feel it, the way I experience it, and the joys I had. I came in, I told you, I just came in from the office. I haven't even, eaten. And I spent the afternoon talking about internet solutions. I was in a very long meeting talking about internet solutions, faster internet, and connectability outside of commercial areas into rural areas. Talking about various new products on the market that can help to have what do they call it? Cyber, optic fiber connection, fiber optic connections, and other things. I'm talking about, the reachability and the partnership working here to make that accessible, because, there are people here with that expertise. So I learned a lot today just sitting in my office. And so when they tell you, "Oh, there's no internet in Africa," what am I talking to you on? How aren't I using the internet? Am I not using a laptop? Am I not using a camera? Am I not using lighting? Yeah, which is all powered by solar. Yeah, because I'm off the grid. And they don't want to show you that. They don't want you to come here and have no electricity bill. They don't want you to come here and have no water bill. They don't want you to come here and build your house and have no mortgage. So that's the reason why the defamation of Africa is essential to the plan for the underdevelopment and overexploitation of Africa. Yeah, so I'm going to burn my fire, whether people like it or not. Sometimes I watch the news and all I hear is war here. I don't watch them anymore, but I used to, right? Because I refuse to. I just had enough. I watch African news, obviously, like local ones, especially when Bla Xit is on there. And if you watch Bla Xit, you know that we've been on the news quite a lot because of the campaigns that we've had to try and make sure that, we get citizenship when we come back. Yeah. And that there's a program in place for that. But I'm saying that generally, like, it's war. Yeah. You hear about South Sudan, then you hear about this place, and then you hear about that place, and then you hear about this place. And they make it sound like the whole Africa is in conflict. I'll give you an example. Does anyone know what recently happened in Ethiopia? And, people actually protested about it. So Travel Tata, you can have as much internet as you want if you pay for it. It's there. Exactly. Yeah. Those who have, Kwame said, those who have this anti-African agenda should get lost. That's what it is. But it's not, in a sense, because who's exploiting Africa? They're still coming here. They're really putting out this perception because they know that you accept it. You would rather go to Disneyland than go to Kenya. Some of us, okay? I'm not saying everybody, but some of us. Some of us would rather go to Disneyland in Europe or Disneyland in America, or go to anywhere, go to Canada, go to Australia. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't travel. I'm saying travel is great. I've traveled to a lot of countries and it's good for expansion of the mind. But I wouldn't miss out Africa as well. I would still go to the Caribbean. I would still go to Cuba. I would still go to Mexico. I would still go to, all of the places that I've been to, but I certainly wouldn't miss out Africa because that is our origin. So it deserves a look in. Yeah. Everybody has a different experience when they come. It's very true, Tay. I'm just trying to read some of the comments. Yeah. You have to remember a lot of these pages are from OP bots. So keep trying that divide and conquer crap. We need to stop them and their energy. Well done, Yona. So, right, for example, I want you to do an experiment for me, okay? So after today's live, I'm going to give you some homework, okay? Because I want you to show me. I'm good. But let me see if I can do it now on my phone. I'm gonna put headlines about Africa, okay? And let's see. Okay, so I just showed you the headline about UK being the most corrupt. Oops, I wonder if you can see that. UK being is the most corrupt country in the world, says mafia export Roberto Savicano. So I showed you that for a reason. Yeah, because I want you to read it. Okay, so that's in the independent newspaper. I'm not advertising the newspaper, but I'm just telling you where it is. So let's put in Africa. Okay, so we're going to go to the usual search engine. So let's see about the defamation of Africa. So Africa, top 10 headlines. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's go. So we've got Africa, breaking news, video headlines and opinion. So I'll just go to CNN. It says Africa, a disappearing community, conflict in Ethiopia's Tigray region, military takeover in Sudan, COVID in Africa, crackdown on LGBTQ rights. So am I lying? Look, if you don't believe me, look. Okay, hang on, let's see if I can. Oh, my phone's just gone off. You know, I'm going to have to learn how to share the screen and do all them fancy things. I've got to ask Gina how to do it instead of showing you. But there we are. Hang on, let's see if I can show it to the camera. There we go. There. Oh. You can try it for yourself. You can try it for yourself. But literally, you know, that's what it says. So can you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you was to hear this continuously, would that not put you off? So is that not causing harm to the reputation of Africa and Africans? Because what does that tell you about Africans? Just hearing that, yeah? I'm just gonna focus in on that, yeah, for 1 second, yeah? Disappearing community. Does that make you feel safe to come to Africa? Hell to the no. You're not going to feel safe. So, you know, this is keeping up the thing that, oh, you know, maybe I'll stay where I am because it's going to be safer there. You know, so, you know, it's causing harm to the damage of Africa because I feel safer here than I do in the UK. You got to come and see for yourself. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen because of course it does, but I still feel safer here. Yeah, that's from my own personal experience. Everybody's got their own. Yeah, conflict makes you feel, gosh, there's war, there's violence. I'm going to be scared. What for? Gambia is peaceful. Gambia is peaceful. So, you know, you come here, what war? We're right now in election season and it's totally peaceful. It's lovely. It's totally lovely. So isn't this defamation? Isn't this damaging the reputation of Africa? There's 54 countries and they're not all having conflict. But the way they speak about Africa like it's one country, it's 54 countries in Africa. 54. That's 54 different economies, 54 different minerals, 54 different cultures, 54 different economies, 54 areas for development, 54 sources of income, 54 different nations to invest in, 54 different things to learn about different nations, but we always hear the same flipping narrative. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. Tired of looking and seeing thumbnails, reasons why you should be afraid to come to Africa, things that about why not to come to Africa. I was going to do a program, 5 things you need to do, yeah, when you're considering repatriating, and it was all, you know, like, preparation stuff, like what I've been doing before, But then, someone like sent me a curveball, And so when I was telling them, writing a response back to them to tell them, these are the 5 major things that you need to do. These are the major things you don't do, like before repatriating, And it's like they threw a curveball and said like, oh, is there conflict there too? I was like, conflict where? And one of the first things you do is you research. You research where you're going. You research, the territory. And why do you think that Black people are always at war? Yes, we have issues with each other. Do not get me wrong. We are damaged people. I admit that. And we've been damaged intentionally so that we can't unite. Yeah. So always infighting, trying to tear each other down. If you know some of the issues that are faced, and it hasn't been for my Gambian brothers and sisters. Yeah. I've got people sitting in some place in Europe, yeah, with their white partners casting aspersions on me. And then when you dig up their history, when you dig up their background, you realize, oh my gosh, you shouldn't even open your mouth about anyone. And so this defamation has to stop. We need an African Anti-Defamation League to stop this. Yeah? What do you mean crack down on, shall I open it? You want me to open it? Tell me a yes. What's your view on young Dolph's death? I'm really sorry, but you're going to have to brief me on that, okay? You have to brief me on that and tell me what's been going on. I've been at work all day. So Africans in so-called Western Hemisphere are so duped when the so-called Western media misguide. I even had a heated debate with someone when I said that I watched Miss Trudy. Yeah, I watched Miss Trudy, Rhoda Meyer's partner. Yeah, I watched Miss Trudy. And when I was watching Miss Trudy, I watched an old edition of when she was in Senegal, in Dakar. And she went to a really nice shopping center. And I said, wow, it's really nice. In terms of the layout, the design, I thought it was really lovely. And so I was saying to someone, that's even better than some of the shopping centers that you get in London. All right, I've been away for a few years, but, even at that time, I'm not saying they're high-tech new Westfields, but, I'm talking about the more generalistic ones that you get in certain town centers. And I was just saying that, and the person went in and said, how can you say that anything's better than London? London has a better economy. London has a bigger economy. London has a this, London has a that, and went into total protection mode. And I said, what? So because Africa doesn't have the same economy as England, it means it can't have anything of high quality or value, which can equate the same standard or specification or be better than something in London or England. And this is part of the defamation. Afro Anti-Defamation League. Okay, isn't Afro a hairstyle? Or should it be Afri if it's African? So Corvus, come back to me on that. Corvus Glaive, come back to me on that. Should it be Afri? Because Euro is because it has an O in it. There's no O in Africa. But Afro is an hairstyle. So Camilla, you are a leader of your own, and I hope you accomplish great things for Africa as you already are on that path. Oh, thank you, Camilla. That's really sweet. Thanks for creating Bla Xit. It's a joy for me, and I still am away from my people. Oh, but don't worry, you can come because there are more direct flights coming to Gambia now. So there are new airlines coming here. I think Air France and another one, and TUI, I think, are flying here now. So Boubacar, Drame, hello, Bla Xit family. Hello, my darling. How are you? So Kwame said, so-called integration is a mythology because we are doing things are anti-self. The CETA Hey, Desita, why don't you join me? Why don't you come on? Because Desita has got a world of knowledge. Yeah, she said we also need to speak about business principles. I think that business principles and defamation is two separate issues. So maybe we can do a show about that because I think Africa has its own way of doing things, and I think it's different to the West. So I think that we can maybe have a show about that because sometimes I feel like we superimpose our European and very imperialistic opinions of how things should be because of what we learn in the Western lands. Yeah, and what we learn in those Western lands has to be the right way. It has to be the right way. But Africa survived for millions and millions and millions and millions of years. So it had to have been doing something wrong. Everybody's taken something out of Africa to survive. Every country under this name in this on this earth, whether it's raw minerals, whether it's cobalt, they're all taking something out of the earth in Africa. And also in areas even like West Papua in the South Pacific. When you look at Freeport Moran and what they're doing in West Papua, taking all the gold. When you look at, the natural gas they have there that BP's taking. So, this is what they do. So Kwame, hey. So I'm going to add Kwame to the live as soon as I can get to add him to the stream. Kwame, can you hear me?
Hello.
Kwame?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing this evening? Yes, I'm still there. How you doing, my sister?
I am not
How
worthy.
are you? Your lovely self. Yes, it's me. And when Brother Kwame is going to say something, it makes sense. Yes, I'm all right, my sister. What about you?
Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you speak.
Babylon. Yeah, well, I'm catching her in Babylon, as you know. I mean, I'm glad you got away from Babylon. I'm still catching her in Babylon. It's still to hell with all the moaning and all the, boredom and all the injustice. But what can we do, my sister?
You know what you can get out. Listen, this is why I'm talking about the defamation, right?
Yeah.
Listen, this is why I'm talking about the defamation, right? The defamation of Africans, right? I heard a conversation, right? And some people were tarnishing Nigerians and making broad sweeping statements about Nigerians. Now, one of my friends that I haven't seen for a very long time, her name is Kelly, who I have a lot of love for. And so when I was hearing these broad sweeping statements and negative things said about my Nigerian brothers and sisters, I was up in arms about it because I'm not having it. I'm not saying that if you're not misbehaving, I'm not going to call it out. Whether you're Jamaicans from St. Vincent, from Trinidad,
I echo you, Charlie, my sister. You are right. We are Africans at the end of the day. Yes, we can have our indifferences, but what we should know, we should think that there is an enemy that despises us. It loves us backbiting to each other. It likes us deceiving each other. It likes us, destroying each other. We as Africans got to wake up. It doesn't matter where we are, where we're from. We are Africans. We're one family, Neacho. One family. But I'm afraid some of us don't understand.
I think that some of us are in denial, and I'm not talking about the river in Egypt.
Oh,
we are in denial. We're in denial of who we are. We're in denial, and the reason why is because part of the defamation. That when you have defamation, that harm to the reputation causes you to try and move as far away as possible from that. That's why some women are bleaching because of the defamation that Africa and Africans have
some women
had.
putting these stupid wigs on themselves. Come on, man. We're our sisters. You're queens. You're meant to be, not only beauty, but strength and soul. Why you put these silly wigs on yourself for? You're not a clown, are you? Are you trying to say you're a clown? You see the lovely sister in the actor. She's got lovely braids. That's what it's about. Reality. Not this nonsense you bring to yourself and put these silly clowns wigs. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. We've got to stop that. And respect ourselves, Africans, man.
We got to love ourselves. And I think that loving our identity and embracing our African identity, embracing our own natural identity, has to come first. Because as a mother, if I can't set an example to my daughter, and say to my daughter, look, I love yourself. I remember once, and my daughter will not be pleased with me telling this story, but I remember once holding a tube of, hair removing cream in my hand. And I said, if you're not pleased enough with the hair, that on your head, just let me know anytime you want to put someone else's hair on your head. Because I'll take it back. And some people might say, oh, Juliet, you're an awful person. Why would you say that? No, because I was trying to show her that you really have to love and appreciate what you have. Love and appreciate your black people, right? And it's the same with my son Caffrey, same with all of my children. I do the same. And love our African features, right? Are a part of our ancestry.
Absolutely. Because we are Africans, we don't need to
your nose. I don't care if your nose is broad or your nose is different, right? If your lips are thin or your lips are thick like mine, love them. If your butt is big like mine, love it.
Yes, absolutely. Everything you said is 100%
This is us. Your skin is dark, love it. Your skin is of a lighter shade, love it. Your hair is thick, love it. Your hair is tight and coiled, love it. Just love being you. And don't worry about what other people think. If I was to worry about, look at the defamation that I've suffered, Kwame. Look at the defamation I have suffered.
I know.
One individual must have made 23 videos about Bla Xit, right? Lies and negativity, and try to telling other people, try to destroy my reputation, to destroy me with their defamation. And it's defamation.
You carry on what you're doing. To hell with what they've got a problem with that. Because that's just the problem with us Africans. Most of us are so insecure, jealous, and messed up. We like to blame each other for our faults. Where did you go wrong? Why didn't you improve? Why haven't you improved yourself? Because you're lazy and you want to make excuses for yourself. That's not going to help you. You got to help yourself. No one else can do it for you. It's a good thing that you're bringing us together as Africans. But I don't care what anyone says. You carry
but it's like they've got no imagination. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just putting mum in alive. What I'm saying is that you're lazy. The way I see it is you're lazy. You have to go and make content, right, to try and destroy someone else's character, right, in order to get likes and subscribes. You're lazy. You can't.
Yes, you're right.
You can't even find anything original. All you do is gossip and lie. You can't find anything original.
Hit the nail on the head.
Straight for yourself. How can you make 23 programs about somebody? And you know what? At the end of the day, it's not like, it's a gossip channel or whatever. It's just embarrassing.
Pathetic.
It's just embarrassing. Pathetic. And I can't even bring myself. I know it's terrible and I shouldn't say this, but I can't even bring myself to watch it, even to find the time to watch it. So I don't blame you. You're right not to watch it. Because we've got a half of what's being said. I just give it to my husband, or I give it to another colleague, or I give it to a work colleague, or one of the people that work with Bla Xit, and I say to them, do me a favor, just do what you have to do with this content. And so when people are accusing me of things, I don't even know what they're talking about, because I said to them, did you watch? I said, no, I don't watch that. I told you, keep your vibration here. Don't lower it to down there. Yeah?
That's right.
Keep your vibration high. When you come to Africa, when you get recharged, your vibration comes to here.
Absolutely right.
The defamation, you realize it is just defamation.
Yes. I've been home
They're
4
just trying
times
to
and
ruin the
I'm
reputation of
reconnected.
Africa and Africans.
Yeah.
Don't let them ruin
I've
the
been home-
reputation. Look at the stereotype of Africa, or even look at our brothers and sisters born in America, right? Look at the reputation of our African brothers and sisters born in America. Look at how they're perceived in TV, in films, on adverts, in the news. Do you see what I'm saying?
Even
it's terrible. I remember the whole Joy scenario.
You live in the UK. Look at the way they keep on messing our people up. Stop and searching them. Either when our young boys are in schools, they're either excluded, isolated, or denied that if they want to come say engineers or architects, they get discriminated and said, oh, they can't make it because of so and so and so, they should play sport music. Who are you to just say that they can't become engineers and architects? Yeah. When did you come with that decision? When?
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a quick question, Kwame?
Yeah, sure. Go on.
What's that on your desk to the left? Sorry.
Oh,
I can't help looking. It looks like a scary figure.
I'm standing on the piano. It's my piano.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, it looks scary. But anyway,
don't worry about
that's
it.
another stereotype. If we go into the defamation, right? The stereotype of the black man as a criminal is defamous. Yeah. You look at all of the soap operas, right? You look at most of the programs. Yeah. And then if not, they're effeminized. Yeah. If they're like a position as an anchor or so on, especially if they're very prominent figures, they usually have to be effeminized in some way, or they have to wear female clothes, or they have to come across with very female, if you like, I don't know, traits. Yeah. And this is it, because the defamation of us, it's not something that started overnight. Someone was talking about Tarzan, and I'm like,
yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. They show that. See Africans getting beaten up by this white boy. Yeah, it sickened me to my stomach when I watched it, and I now realize that these people are not only evil, but they're trying to poke fun of Africa. That it's all jungle. Well, I went to Ghana. First time 41 years ago. My sister, I didn't see no Tarzan. Where's the Tarzan when I was in Accra? Where was it? That's why you laughed at it. Where was it? And I also was looking for where's our babies dying on the streets and so on. I couldn't find it. I asked someone, have you seen Tarzan? He said, what am I talking about? And I said, well, they said that Tarzan lives in Africa. They said, well, they're just being racist. And he said, thank you, you've answered my question. It's up to us to go home and see what Africa's about. You don't buy into the racist evil of what the West are telling you, or you're just stupid. Me and Acho, you take care of yourself. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you very much. So much. Somebody got to hack up as well. Take it easy.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad that he came on today, because he really inspires me and fires me up, in terms of what his contribution is. And I think what's important is us really being confident about who we are. Okay? It's really that important. It is that important. And so the defamation of Bla Xit, for example, the defamation of Africans in general is intentional. Hey, I just see a comment from Perspective. Perspective just finished his video, so I want everybody, when you finished watching this channel, to go across to Perspective and to look at his new video when it's uploaded. So Perspective is in the comments now. I'm just going to put it on the screen so you can see. He said, just finished his video, good vibes. I'm encouraging him to put up more content. He's got great content about Africa. And, his channel is all about telling the stories of different places, including Nigeria. And I really, 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 really want to talk about Nigeria because it's a place that I am absolutely keen to go to. And my brother Dynas Tamir has got a trip going there. And I keep saying that I want to go. But you know, when you have a young child who's going to school and you take all that into consideration and you want to go away for a long time, you know, I'm a responsible parent. So I don't mind going away for like a week or so, like I did to Sierra Leone, but I don't want to go away for a long period of time. And if I'm going to Nigeria, I want to travel. I want to go to various states. I think there's something like 36 states. So I would like to do them all if possible. So, but I definitely want to go to Lagos. I want to go and see Lagos. I want to go to Abuja. I want to go to Delta. I want to go to various other places. So it's good that we can actually get a view through Wodamaya, through Perspective, through Taino, and other vloggers as well. So I'm just going to look at Tuko said that King Kong was one of the worst anti-African portrayal of Africans, making the white woman the standard of beauty. I agree with that, actually. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I had my own. I remember when I was 16, right? My mom took me to a hairdresser's, yeah, called Splinters. That was in the West End. And I shouldn't really say the name, actually, come to think about it. But it was a black hairdresser's, and it was a big hairdresser's. I'm not sure if it's still there. But anyway, my mum took me, and like for my 16th birthday, my mum treated me to a makeover. And a part of that makeover, my mum, what do they call it now? Relaxed my hair. And I had a reaction, unfortunately, to the chemicals, because I'd always had natural hair. And so, and then I didn't like it. And my hair started to fall out. And that's when I realized that these chemicals are harmful, you know, can be very harmful. Some of them can be very, very harmful. And so I was losing like clumps. I was doing this, and my hair was coming out in my hand like this. And I thought I was going to go bald. And after that, I vowed that I was going to try and keep my hair as natural and as chemical free as possible. I'm just going to put the, I think that we have to fix the economy also. I'm just going to put the StreamYard back on the area. I'm going to put that, you know, that, yeah, we do. One of the things that I want to talk about is that the defamation of Africa has hit our cerebellum. It's hit our psyche. Yeah, till we even reject our own brothers and sisters here on the continent. It's got to the extent that the disrespect sometimes that I have seen on social media about Africa, and this is being done by Africans. Yeah. And when I say Africans, I'm talking about all of us, whether we were born here or not born here, we are Africans. And some of the Africans who are not born here, yeah, like to compare America and Europe to Africa. How can you do that when these are the countries which raped, pillaged, and destroyed Africa and used our free resources, our free human resources by force of enslavement and captivity and the most heinous torture known to man for 400 years to build their economy? How can you make that comparison? Are we not well in our heads? You have to be the answer to Africa. We have to be the answer to Africa. We have to be the investors in Africa. I just showed you one headline, right? Just one. Yeah. So that was CNN. Let's look at more. Yeah. So then we've got top 10 news. We've got freak floods, chaos across Africa. So there we have it, chaos. Let's have a look. BBC Africa. This is France 24. Let's have a look at what they say. The Africa Report. What would you like to hear from? You give me a tip here in the comments. So you've got BBC Africa, you've got Al Jazeera, you've got we've got Reuters, which is a news agency, Associated Press. We just did CNN. So let's have a look. Africa headlines. Let's just put in Africa headlines today. Where do you want to hear? So I'm just showing you the typical exposure. And it's not just that, it's in films too. Most films don't depict Africans as successful or Africa as being successful. And if it does, it likes to depict it in either white areas in South Africa or rich Europeans living in Zimbabwe, or, you know, it's like there's a modus operandi, which is it's to recruit more Europeans to come into Africa, but it's to reject us. And when you think about apartheid, yeah, apartheid wasn't so long ago. Said my time searched out. Sorry, I have to do it again. See, I get talking and get distracted and forget what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, these are locks actually. You never said they were braids. It's locks, and the locks are getting longer and longer. You see? Yes, I've locked up again. I had locks for nearly, I think it was just over, is it 10, 11 years before? So my locks were quite long. And, okay, so we got latest breaking news. No one's told me in the comments. No one's told me in the comments. So what did you want? BBC? What did you want? We already did CNN, African News 24, Al Jazeera. What did you want? You have to tell me. Reuters. Okay, listen, I'll just choose Reuters because Reuters provides news across the world. So they're a, let's have a look. Okay, US, the first one that came up is US envoy. Okay. Probably can't see that because the writing's quite small, so I'll read it for you. It says, Addis Ababa, Reuters, US envoy meets Ethiopia deputy PM in bid to revive truce efforts. You see, you think I'm lying about defamation of Africa, yeah? I am not lying. The reputation of Africa has been damaged by the way it's been perceived in the Western media. It has been damaged. And what I'm saying is not defamous. I'm showing you proof. Although, like I said, if I was in Korea, even defamation can be the truth. But in this case, I'm just showing you proof and evidence. Because what people don't have, yeah, especially when they're casting aspersions on others, is truth and evidence. So, Lioness Sekret, hey, greetings, sis. She said to read them all. Virtual Studios says we need institutions. So should we have an anti-defamation league for Africa? Yeah? Should we have an anti-defamation league for Africa? So this is the first story, yeah? So Addis Ababa, AUS, which is a special envoy, meets Ethiopia's deputy prime minister on Thursday in a bid to revive ceasefire. Aha, war. What did I say? War, poverty, disease. Okay, here we go. In the ceasefire talks, as the government gave permission for 369 aid trucks. There we go, aid, look, ways needed handouts, Africa. Yeah, come on, it's the same old MO. And are you going to believe it? Are you going to believe it? So for famine hit Tigray, where people began fighting. Now, I'm not going to take away from people's experiences and from people that are actually experiencing a bad time in conflict. So I don't want to take away from that. But what I am talking about, and my heart goes out to anyone who suffers as a result of conflict. And my heart goes out to anyone who's involved in, fighting for their region or for their area. So in Ethiopia, I am not talking about the story itself. I'm talking about the news coverage, yeah, and why I unplugged from Western media. So then we have US Secretary of Talk, Security and Democracy in Nigeria. What does that imply? Yeah, Abuja. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken meets President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday and discuss domestic and regional security. What does that say to you? Makes you sound as though Africa is insecure, Nigeria is insecure, it's not a safe place to be. Yeah, so that's again making you feel insecure and not making you want to go there. Yeah, so they discussed and West Africa's democratic backsliding. Who understands that? What is democratic backsliding? Does that mean that you're not dancing to the Western tune? Does that mean you're not doing what the IMF and the World Bank say? Does that mean that you're not being democratic by allowing that any kind of alternative lifestyle can permeate into your society and you welcome it? Is that what that means? Yeah, including Nigeria's handling of anti-police brutality protests last year. Now, no disrespect, but with what the police do to Black people worldwide, and I can tell you, I witnessed some of it myself, and I am not even going to lie to you. I have witnessed in my lifetime where I have seen a Black man accused of a murder that he did not commit because the police were being malicious to his mother. Yeah, the police were being malicious to his mother. So they made trumped up charges against her son for a murder he did not commit, destroying their family. But they don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about the violence that they've been inflicting on all of these anti-MAJ, right? Protests. MAJ, is that right? No, it's badge. Sorry, got it wrong. My backwards spelling was wrong. Yeah, the anti-badge protest that's been going. All the people that were injured and imprisoned. No one's talking about those people. So we're going to Kenya now. And so this is on Reuters, which is a news agency that produces the news for all of the news agents. So I'm talking about defamation. And why am I talking about defamation? Because we need an anti-defamation league for Africa to stop this. It's okay if you have a measured approach of positive stories and negative stories, but how can it be the same story for my whole life? My whole life, I've been hearing poverty, famine, destruction, war, disease, aid. It's the same MO. Why aren't they talking about Taft City? Why aren't they talking about the positive things that are happening in Africa? Why aren't they talking about the great and booming agriculture? Why aren't they talking about in Ethiopia? Why aren't they talking about all of the heads of cattle there that are more than so many other countries in the world? Why aren't they talking about all of the wonderful new discoveries that are happening in Africa? I'm going to have a look at your comments in just a sec, yeah, because I have to go back up in a second. But Kwame, you're right, and thank you for joining us. Wendy Green, look at the new election laws in the US if you want to see democratic backsliding. Absolutely ridiculous. I totally agree with you. You know what we call that? Hypocrisy. Yeah, and nice to see you, Wendy. Nice to see you. I've got a picture for you, actually, I wanted to show you. But also, here we go. Yeah, so let's go to another story. This one was at 12:26 EST. And this one says, United States lifts 2015 sanctions on 4 Burundians. Sanctions? Now, I want to ask you about that. So, oh yeah, this is another one. This is another one. Sanctions, just like Zimbabwe. So they're always making it sound as though countries are being punished for their bad behavior. It's always a negative story that is destroying the reputation of Africa, defaming Africa. And you know what? It's like you can't make accusations against people that you can't even prove. Yeah? It's like what they've done to Bla Xit. Bla Xit is like a microcosm of what they've done to Africa. We are like a grain in the sand with the stuff that we have faced. And you know, the only reason why Bla Xit faced it, had all these liars and all these people come against us, is because, you know what, we want you to come home, because we want to improve the economy, and because we want you to come and build and be debt free, and because we want you to get your power from the sun, so you're not, you know, relying on the grid, and because we want to get your water from the earth naturally, and because we want to grow your own food so you don't have to be eating GMOs, and because we want you to be happy among your own people, and because we want you in the sun, and because we want you eating, you know, bananas off of the banana tree in the garden, and because we want you to have your own swimming pools in your garden, and we want you to be, you know, having your car and rolling up and down Africa and enjoying yourself. We want you to learn your culture. We want you to live with your people. We want you to be happy. Yeah, and so we were trying to help people to repatriate, help people to get cheap land. Some of the lands, if I tell you the truth, yeah, some of the lands that people even was going onto places and complaining about, they got the lands, yeah, because they were part of the first promotion by Mr. Jallo for Pan-Africanism was just 20,000 Dalasi. That's like $300-400. People were complaining about. And one person even went to the beach to say that the land didn't exist because there's nowhere in Africa, because someone told them that there's nowhere in Africa you can get land that cheap. That mustn't be real. Would you believe it? You try your best for people, but it doesn't matter what you do. People will defame and try and destroy your reputation when you're trying to do good for your people. There's always someone to tear you down. But the thing is that we are allowing people to tear down Africa too much. Yeah, I'm asking you, do we need an anti-defamation league for Africa? Is it not the responsibility of the AU to protect the reputation of Africa? Is it not the responsibility of the Pan-African Parliament to protect the reputation of Africa? Is it not the responsibility of ECOWAS to protect the reputation of Africa? Is it not the responsibility of our brothers and sisters who are leaders in Africa, heads of government in Africa, to protect the reputation of Africa, to stop the harm? I've just gone into a few, right? I've just gone into a few. And then the United States is lifting restrictions on 4 Burundians whom it sanctioned in 2015 over violence. Here we go, violence. Now, are you getting the flow, fam? Just, are you feeling me? Just let me know in the comments. Are you feeling what I'm saying? Am I not what I'm saying is true? Is not what I'm saying is true? And is that not the first weapon to destroy your mind is propaganda? And who did it the best? Yeah, who did it the best? One of the best people to use propaganda was Hitler. And what did he do? What did he do? And how did he use it? Yeah, but they, you know, the people he used it against, they got their own anti-defamation league. Where's our African Defamation League? Who's protecting the reputation of Africa? Isn't it the responsibility of Africans to protect Africa? I need to see your comments, fam. Yeah? And when you give me a super chat, I'm going to put your comment on the screen. Okay? Wendy, I'm adding you to the chat. Wendy. Greetings, Queen.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't realize.
Greetings, Queen.
Greetings. Oh my God. I wish I were in Gambia, but I'm not. All right. Well, I'll be there soon.
You will be soon.
I will be soon. I'm so glad you're talking about this.
Listen, Lamin Kajabi said thank you for the books.
Oh, wonderful! I'm I'm going to see
So
about
thank
getting
you
some
so
more to
much.
come with them because I love it. I love books and I love to see children read. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can make that one of the
Listen,
things.
I even when I was bringing them, I was reading like even things fall apart. Yeah, when I saw it, I thought this is one of the books I wanted to read, and I said to him, "Listen, there's a couple of books here that's really interesting. Can I give it to you afterwards?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." And
That's
it was
okay.
amazing. So
You read it
you
and then
know,
you
so
bring it
I
back to
want
the
to thank you
library and
because
the
you
kids read it.
educated me too. No,
Yes.
I want to thank you
Yes.
because you educated me too. So,
Wonderful.
that was just that, I just want to thank you for the gift of knowledge and helping the Black Books
Oh
Project,
man. Oh man, man.
So I just
Thank
want
you
to
for
thank
telling
you
me.
first before I get
Thank you
into
for telling
this.
because I asked you what could I do for the school, And you said, books would be good. So I tried to get, so I'm so glad. But listen, it's not over. And for anybody who, who's listening, if you want to bring something for kids in Africa, bring some books, man. Just good books, though. But the other book that I brought also, I really want you to read that one as well. It's just a novel, but oh my God, you're going to call me. We're going to have a discussion about it. The one that I
Too
got.
late now, isn't it? I've given them to Lamin, but I will go to the
Oh
school again.
no. Well, tell him to read them. Tell him to read the big fat one, Standing at the Scratch Line. It's wonderful. It is really, really good. He'll really, really enjoy it. But anyway, I'm calling about this topic.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to see the way Africa is responding now because people are not falling for it. First of all, hats off to Ethiopia for standing up and saying we're not going to have it.
Yes.
Okay? Hats off to Ethiopia. My thing is, right now, I want Ethiopia to tell us what we need to do to help them, right? Just give us our marching orders, things that we can do. We can't all go to Ethiopia to fight. We can't all go to Ethiopia to do it. We're going to leave that to them. They're going to do that. But what can we do to help Ethiopia? I would love for anybody who's like listening right now to tell the government, look, you've got an entire continent and diaspora who are standing behind you, who want whatever happens in Ethiopia to be Ethiopians who decide and not the United States and not Europe and not people, right? So that's what I want. And then the other thing is, I just saw today also that President Uhuru Kenyatta, he's standing strong. I think I saw something about President Kagame standing strong behind Ethiopia. People are not falling for that. It's over. It's collapsing, that whole system. So yeah, do we need an anti-defamation league? We need us. We need us. We need us to turn away from like Western news. I mean, even the sources that I tend to like find to be more reliable about stuff, I'm finding that their reporting on Ethiopia is despicable. Is really despicable. The like progressive reporting on it because they're getting it from, I don't know where they're getting it from, but they're not telling the whole story and they're really slanted. And I can't.
In fact, I watched the celebration. I watched the inauguration celebration. It was amazing. And I was so happy. I was so celebrated. I think it was Caroline. Caroline sent it to me. So thank you, Caroline. She emailed me the clip. So when you think that I don't check your emails, I do. Yeah, most of them. Yeah, not all of them. Not all of them. I have got a team of people who help me because there are an awful lot. But I do try. They do forward me, especially the important ones that I need to see. I do see that. So, and I do sometimes respond. So I'm not that so bad. Only when I'm filming and stuff that I don't really get to respond. So and so she sent me. And then I was seeing something completely different, and so I was seeing it via Telegram. Yeah. And I must set up a Black Xit Telegram group. I think that would be a good idea, actually, to set up a Black Xit Telegram group that we can all be in. That will be a good idea where we can post information and share information that is not in the mainstream media. Because, I saw a lot of the protests where they were saying, stop your misreporting of what's going on in Ethiopia.
Yes.
Just stop it.
Yes.
Just stop it. Just stop it. People want the truth. They don't want propaganda and lies.
Exactly.
And so, but that's defamation. That's what defamation is, because what's happened is that Ethiopia has developed strong ties, with other African nations. And you've got to remember that the AU is based in Ethiopia.
Yes.
Okay. So if Ethiopia gets damaged, it has an impact on the AU. So the AU also have to stand up and also say something to protect Ethiopia, because it's the defamation of Africans, of Ethiopians and Ethiopia.
And
I'm not saying that there's no issues.
Yeah. And the terrible part is this defamation is exactly what they're going to use to be like, oh, well, we've got, the United States has a base in like Djibouti or something. I don't know. Well, oh, we have our troops there. We're going to go in for, to protect human rights, or we're going in to protect American citizens, or we're going in to do some such like that. They create this illusion of that exaggerates the problem. And then what they do is they'll send in some troops or whatever. Because here's the thing. It's not just Ethiopia. Ethiopia has been thumbing its nose about the dam. They're like, you do what you want. We got this water. We're building a dam, right? Because you're not not going to build our country. We're going to do it. They have ever since Africans have been standing up on their own, Juliet, you'll see that the United States and like agencies within the United Nations, or these multinational, like the World Health Organization, they were highly upset with Magufuli, right? Highly perturbed. Like, how dare you say no?
Yes.
What we're telling you to do. Right?
Yes.
And so now, and every time you get a president who stands up like that, so we need not just for like defamation, but we need a complete, response for anybody who gets threatened. Because and look at France. France is like a fish out of water gasping for its last breaths in Africa, because Africans are tired. Only the old men like Ouattara in the Ivory Coast are standing with them anymore, right? And now I don't know what's going on in other, in like Guinea, whatever, but they're losing their standing in Africa, right? What does he said? He had the nerve to get up there and tell Africans, let's not look back, let's look forward. Yeah. That's what he said. Let's not look back. Let's just look forward, right? F you, okay, let's look forward. We get rid of your finances. We're not giving you any more money. We're not giving you anything. You're gonna have to treat us the way you treat every other country. We're not doing for you what you do. We're not taking all your, trade. We're not taking all your training. We're not speaking your language anymore. Things like that. France is gasping for its last. So they're all feeling pressed right now, right? Because we all know the West needs Africa. Africa doesn't need the West, right? So but the West is like, Africa wakes up, we are gonna have, because they're so greedy and everything that they need that. So they're trying to stop any change, right? Any growth, any self-governance, right? They're trying to destroy it. And I was just thinking, I really wanted to call because as you were talking about it, one of the things that occurred to me, there's this documentary. It's a documentary about Venezuela, but it's a really good documentary. Yes. It's not that long. It's about how the United States tried to do the same thing, like create this illusion that there was all this trouble, and how when the people finally realized, because they even had the people in Venezuela fooled for a minute, but when the people realized what was going on, they're like, nah, we elected Chavez. We don't want this other guy who's showing up today. Chavez, and they said, oh, Hugo Chavez resigned, this, that, and the other. Anybody who has time, it's not that long. It's called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, but it's about Venezuela. So when you put it in, and you can see it on YouTube, you put The Revolution
Will Not Be Televised.
Have to do, because otherwise
you're going to put a link in. Can you put a link in the group? Can you put a link in the group so we can all watch it? Can you put a link in the group so we can all watch it?
Yes. Let me try to do that. I'll get out and go back into the regular YouTube. But I just wanted to let you know, because it's a really good example of how the media is used to turn these events around, and how it's all an illusion. It's completely, somebody's made up story to do what they want to do, and that people fall for it. And, we need to stop falling for this stuff, right? All the stuff now that I hear from these, I'm listening to young people on the phone, on these types of channels, and they're calling in like Africans, Africans talking about Africans, African Americans talking about African Americans. Oh, people are too lazy. People don't do this. People, they're getting all this from the media, right? They're getting all this crap stuff from the media, so that they look down on themselves and look down on their families. They look down on their people, their communities, we got to stop this. We got to stop going to the West for our sources of information, because whatever information they get,
I have to give you a round of applause.
yeah, girl, you're doing a good job. I'm gonna get off and let you go, and I'm gonna try to find that link, and I'm gonna link it into the chat on the regular outside
Please,
thing.
and I will put it on the screen. But
Yeah,
I would like to thank
I want to encourage
Marlo.
you to stand strong. Keep doing
Yes.
what you're doing. I really enjoy watching your videos. I really enjoy watching the things that are going on in the Gambia, and you're one of my major sources for that. So don't get discouraged by the haters. If they hate you, it means you're doing something right. That's all I'm saying.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to keep that. I must be doing something right, because I'm getting a lot of it.
Much love,
Thank you,
peace,
sister.
and blessings.
Big love to you.
Next time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, she could be right. She could be right. Maybe I'm doing a lot of good, and so I get a lot of hate, which I don't think that is supposed to be how it is, but it seems to be the way it is. And like they said, sometimes criticism is another form of flattery. So I must be being very flattered. But I just want to say to Marlo, I'm going to leave you on the screen for a while, because that is my way of showing my appreciation and gratitude to Marlo the trucker, which is the $10 peace and black power. Absolutely. Now, I just want to say that we're not just talking about black power in words, but we have to talk about black power in terms of our actions. Now, I had a conversation, okay? And this was in regard to the defamation. And someone was saying to me, oh, but you're wearing, I don't know, what was it? I can't remember, some trainers, yeah? Which I had some old trainers, and they were saying, but look what you're wearing on your feet. So I said, oh, but that's because I got shares in the company. What I'm trying to say, right, is that, for example, if you want to, wear something or do something, invest in that company, buy shares. Okay. One of the things that I dreamt of, I need to get certain things in place first before that dream can be put into reality. But like I said, I dream of having my Pan-African Institute. Now we have the land. We have the land now, a bigger land to do it in. And because I have a vision. And so the vision that I had, the land that we had wasn't big enough for it. So we did start to clear the land and start to do stuff to work on it. But we now changed location. So we purchased a bigger piece of land, a much bigger piece of land in which to do it on. So, but I want to share, but, there are so many haters that it's hard. It's hard to let it out there, but there's such good ideas that I want to share with you, and it is along those lines. But I would like to say to you, if you're going to buy, like I said to my son, if you want to go and buy a pair of expensive trainers, then what you have to do, is make sure that you buy shares in that company so that you are an investor. So whatever you're buying, it's going to benefit you. Okay? And so, most of us, we are not stakeholders in these news agencies. We are not stakeholders in these companies. We are not stakeholders in BlackRock or Vanguard, the companies that I asked you to do some research on to look at how much money they have on their GDP, right? And what their turnover is, and who in fact are their investors and who they invest in. But, there is so much for us to do, but we need to have an economic plan, okay? And if you keep watching the news and watching the defamation, you won't put one into place because you'll start to believe it. You'll start to believe it, okay? And I don't want you to believe it. Don't believe the hype. I was just showing you some of the headlines, okay? I just went through a handful. And what was the common thread? What was the common theme? Yeah? We talked about security. We talked about conflict. We talked about sanctions. We talked about aid. Yeah? These are all, the common things that associate with Africa. But what if I was to tell you about wealth and your investment and growth and development and becoming rich and wealthy? What people will want to resent you for, yeah? But it's possible. I've seen people here and I've met young Gambians, and I'm not talking about myself, by the way, just in case you think. I'm talking about people that I've met here. Like there's one man who started a logistics company from scratch by himself, a young Gambian, and who's made a fantastic, he's a fantastic success story. And I hope one day to bring him onto the channel. Yeah, look at young Usman. Look at Usman Toure. Now you will be seeing an interview from myself and Usman, and the short should be up, so you should have a treat to see young Usman. But young Usman is back. Okay, so ask Kaf. Shush, Kaf. Thank you. So yeah, the noise has started, so I think I'm gonna go because it sounds like everybody's unloaded here now. So, but I just wanted to say thank you again to Marlo, the trucker, for the £10 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Or super sticker. It takes me that long to remember what they were called, so I do apologize. But like I said, I haven't been having them for very long, so I do really, really appreciate you. And I just want to read a couple of the comments before I go because it's going to get noisy in here. And Corvus Clay says, I recommend brothers and sisters to purchase ENDA sneakers made in Kenya, African owned and produced. So ENDA sneakers, I'm hoping that we can get the link from Wendy and I can put it on the screen before I go. I'm just scrolling up to see if it's here. Yeah. Yes, they're using the media for mass manipulation. And at this time, with everything going on, yeah, like the fake demic, definitely. Definitely mass media. I watched 2 films, and one was called Contagion, and another one was called, it begins with C as well. One was called, but it's a 2-part series called Contagion, which you can watch on YouTube. And don't forget to watch the YouTube originals because I will be talking about that. I've just given you a week to try and catch up so we can go back and talk about the YouTube series, yeah, on the originals in YouTube, which was called, let's have a quick look to make sure I've got it. All right, The Outsiders. Okay, so don't forget to watch The Outsiders because we'll be talking about that again next week. I just wanted to give you time to watch it. So it's ENDA, and so I'm going to go and buy a pair of ENDA sneakers, and I'm hopefully that they're a public company and we can buy shares because I think that's what you should do. You should invest in companies. Invest. Yeah, don't just buy. Don't be a consumer. Be an investor. Yeah, I've always said it. I said to you, invest in land. Invest in property. It will never do you wrong. Just invest. All of these things being said about Blaxit, everybody got their land. Everybody got their land. Everybody got their land. Everybody. I swear to you, everybody got their land. There are processes and procedures to getting your land papers, right? But outside of that, to collect the originals, that is, because we'd have to protect your interest just for security reasons so you don't get exploited in any way, shape, or form. And also to safeguard ourselves. So there are procedures like ID and letters of authority if you're not in the country, okay? And so there are procedures. But that's if someone's collecting it on your behalf, that is. So, but everybody did, and like I said, it's sad, it's very sad, but as there's always some people that change their minds, but with land, it's not like sweets. You don't buy it, eat half, and then put it in a wrapper and go and bring it back to the shop and ask for a refund. That's not how it works, okay? You have your land, you don't want it, sell it. So, Africans, we must avoid those non-African junk foods and eat more fruits, vegetables. Oh, yes. Did you write yam? I love yam. and ripe green bananas and plantains. You saw me with my, oh, thank you so much. I have another super chat. Yeah. From Brian Easley. Thank you so much. That's so kind, honestly. Right. Thank you, Brian Easley. Thank you for supporting Black Xit. Thank you so, so much. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie to you, right? We have a few needs here at Black Xit. And so we really do need another computer. So, and I'm not asking anyone to buy it for me or anything like that. So don't get it twisted, but it helps towards it because I have to buy another Mac. And I always remember a lady called Marka, and I've never forgotten her. But I did break my phone and I lost her contact details. So for Marka E, just want to say thank you because she helped us so much. And I miss my little boy as well. So I want to say thank you. But Brian Easley, thank you. Brian Easley, thank you. And thank you so much to my trucker as well. So that's so important. Um, exactly. Corvus said that, yeah, I thought it was strange. An African sister was claiming that I did why she needed help by now when she was a native African. Precisely. And in fact, that wasn't actually the case. It isn't the case. I'm going to be honest with you, and I've got to tell you the truth that there are some people that wanted to be on Black Xit, yeah, and for particular reasons, yeah, um, that we decided after viewing their content and viewing what they had on YouTube and the people that were on YouTube, you can imagine, we decided against it. Now, that struck a chord of discontent with certain people. So they went out to basically, throw anything negative against us. Not only that, if I personally had someone, for example, I was married here, and I wouldn't need that support. I would use my husband's family. So I just want to say thank you so much to Brian Easley. And I now want to say thank you so much to Coach Roebuck. And Coach Roebuck, thank you so much for your support as well. Thank you. Here, this should help you get one step closer to buying another computer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, this one's getting a bit hard to edit on and to and work with, and so that's the reason why. And I've just ordered a whole batch of those SD card things for the cameras. And there's a behind the scenes short that I'm going to try and show you, so you can all see the equipment that we do have and what we work with, so you can see that we do put our money where our mouth is. And also, like I said, I have got such a big task on right now with building the wall for the school. So we're also trying to do that. So thank you, Coach Roebuck. I just want you to know that we really appreciate your generosity. It goes without saying how grateful I am from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, we've been editing from one machine at the moment, and so it's also the machine that I use. So it's been a bit challenging. So it has been a bit slow with getting content out. So I do apologize to everybody for that reason, but I am working towards getting another MacBook. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank everybody that came onto. Sorry. I want to thank everybody that came onto the show today. Thank you, Kwame. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, JR. Who's going to be doing his podcasts. I hope you email me. But listen, I want you all to know that you can contact me by email. I know my WhatsApp is still not working because of the phone. So, because the phone got broken. So I am working towards that. And so the phone number that you can use for us is still not, it's Adrian's personal line. So we are trying to get that phone back up. So, but you can email us info@blaxithome.com. info@blaxithome.com. Do you still share the shipping company in the US? You know what? I got the information about that shipping company from Troy, but there is another shipping company that Big Red uses. Oh no, that was from Canada. Canada. Sorry, Big Red came from Canada. So I'll ask around because there was a company that I did recommend, but it's in my other phone. Do you know what? I feel like a bit like a fish out of water without that phone, but it will be fixed soon. It will be fixed soon. I've been assured that it will be here soon, the screen. So yeah, it's been over 2 hours, so I'm going to go and eat some food because I've not had my dinner yet. I'm gonna go eat some hard foods. Yeah, that's right. That's why I got these arms, yam arms. So yeah, I just want to say that I really do, in the bottom of my heart, regardless of everything that's going on around me. Yeah, I will keep it straight with you, and I will tell you the truth, and I will tell you, not everybody's always happy. I try my best, but I can't keep everybody happy all of the time. I'm in my office and I'm working and I'm doing this and I'm vlogging, and I'm also trying to, set up the agricultural project, as you know. And so I'm trying to a lot of things, and trying to keep the Black Book project running, trying to also work with the fencing, also trying to do fundraising to help some families that are in desperate need. So, I don't sit here twiddling my thumbs, trust me, yeah? And, running a business, of course, there's Bla Xit Limited, and then you have Code, which is a not-for-profit organization as well. And we're very, very hands-on, and it's very, very busy because at the moment we're shaping both of the websites. And as you know, I'm not techie, not techie to the least. So, I'm trying to do my very best. And the reason why it's taken long is because I'm also a little bit of a perfectionist. And that is like, I've now tried to cut back on that and say, look, this is good enough. Just move forward. Don't keep hammering at things and chilling things, changing things, sizzling things, no changing things, no sizzling things. And then I can't decide, no, I don't like that picture, no, I like that picture, no, I like that picture, no, I don't like that picture. Do I like that picture? And so I need to be a little bit more decisive and in order to finish it. So I do apologize for that delay. Yeah. And someone said you don't owe any apologies to anyone. Oh, that's so sweet. But I'm just me, I'm just me. So I just will tell you, the truth. Like when I wasn't going live, I'm sorry, but I was spending time with my family because, my daughter came over from the UK and so on. It's like, because I feel bonded to you, or like you are true family. And so, if you're late going into your family's house or arriving for dinner, you apologize. So I'm just apologizing. And I'm also sorry for, some of the, negative content that you've been seeing about Bla Xit. And the reason why I'm apologizing is because, in a sense, you can complain, but you're almost powerless to change it. And the only way we can change it is if we work together and we report the negative content ourselves. And so after a while, it's almost like you think you can't even be bothered, And so it's got to the extent now for me where I realize that the defamation isn't just against Bla Xit. The defamation isn't just against Africa. The defamation isn't just against Africans. The defamation is against our future. Okay? It's against our future. It's against our unity. It's a much bigger picture. It's against our economical alliances. It's against our political alliances. It's against our integral sense of Africanness. It's about our minds. The fight is for our minds. So the propaganda, the defamation is to harm our minds. So I'm just asking you to keep strong, Bla Xit family. Keep powerful, Bla Xit family. Yeah. and keep the love, keep the unity. Yeah, the only way that they can stop us, yeah, is if we let them. So don't watch it. Don't tune in. Don't allow it to sway your mind. Don't be influenced by it. Just remember this: Africa is one of the richest nations and richest continents on the world in the world when it comes to resources. Yeah, Africa has the most arable farming land than anywhere else in the world. You got to remember that Africa is anchored to the earth, so it doesn't have the same fault lines and so on as other countries, and doesn't have certain natural phenomenon, yeah, as destructive health and weather systems. And Africa is the home of the black people. It's the home of the African, yeah. And Africa, yeah, is beautiful and naturally abundant. Oh, are we talking that long? You're back. So you can talk to Black Xit Family age now. We just was finished talking about defamation. It's been an amazing show. I've so enjoyed it. Oh, someone said African News 24. Abiola, you're just telling me this now. Ah, no, we were going through the different channels to talk about, the news and what the news said. So let me just honor her request and do News 24 while you talk.
So, who is that? What tell? Yeah, I think the Pan African movement comes with a lot of negativity. Yeah. Sometimes they're just trying to stop us getting back together.
I don't think you can call it Pan-African. I don't think you can call it movement either, because I think that the world is full of negativity, full stop.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Pan-African thing.
Yeah, but the unity of Africans, you're always going to find people coming to try and break it down. Yeah. So.
Abiola, hang on.
But it's for us. It's for us to work together and break that cycle.
African News 24.
We are coming from a history, from a lineage of kings and queens, and Africa have taught the world. So when we're talking about African history, we're actually talking about world history. And many things came out of Africa. And we as Africans, we got to be proud. Got to be proud of what we have achieved. We got to be proud because we have set the standards. The educational standards, we have set that for the world, As you know, the first university was Timbuktu. The first successful open heart surgery was done in Africa. When you go back to even Egypt, when you speak about Imhotep, when you speak about all our great leaders that's gone, their contribution, we have to be proud as a people. So when we start to unite, I can't stress it no more. When we start to unite, that's when you're going to really see who we are. Marcus Garvey been teaching this over 100 years. Unity. He said, if every other race could do it, why can't we? What are we? Cowards? We are not cowards. But we just need to get that extra push. Let's face it, we've been separated for a long time.
Abiola wants to know the news in News 24.
Okay.
So the headline is Kenyan police capture terror prisoner escapes. And then we have incitement, inclement weather, maize prices means 1.5 million people require food aid in Zambia. Yes, you see. So the first one is terror, right? Prison escapees, Kenyan, right? So the first line of this is News 24 Africa. Yeah, hope you can see it. There you go. We're just talking about defamation. We're talking about the propaganda and the way in which Africa is portrayed. So Kenyan police capture terror prison escapees. So that's the first thing. Yeah, that's the first headline. So there you have it. Terror, police, black people are criminals. It's the usual. Yeah. The second one is inclement weather, maize high prices means that 1.5 million people require food aid. What did I say about aid? Always having handouts, always needing it, always poverty, always poor. Here we go. And the last one is death toll from gunmen attack in Nigeria's northwest rises to 43. What did I say? What did I say? I rest my case. I rest my case. Okay? That is it. So, Age, sorry, continue. I'm done. I'm done. I want you to finish this, Age, please.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So as I say, let's just keep our head on. Let's keep focused. We know what's been going on out there, and how they try to portray Africa in a negative light. And sometimes people just come at you, and you're not sure why. You know, you're not sure why. Are you not sure? Right now it's difficult because sometimes it's your own people that they use against you
Yes.
to try and bring you down.
Yes.
You know, and when we start Bla Xit first, you know, we already know that challenges was gonna come.
Yes.
Yes, because of what we're doing. You know, and we actually getting people to come back home. You know, and it's something that they didn't want because they wanted to keep that narrative that Africa is poor, mash up. They want to keep that. You know, but they don't want us to come here and realize, no, there's milk and honey here in Africa for us black people. You know, they didn't want us to come. They just say anything. This is where they make the money. This is the honey pot. You know, but then because we live among them for so many years, that we learn the ways. You understand? So we understand them. So that's why they didn't want us to come back. You know, they didn't want that. Because when you learn someone technique, you know, and you learn the game, and you know, bringing it to apply here, and because that's going to be a threat for them.
Yes.
Yes? As I say, when you understand someone game, yeah, they get scared of you.
Yes.
So by them seeing us coming back here now, and they realize that we're coming back here to work together with our brothers and sisters here, they know that the development is coming.
Yes.
You know, they know it's coming, and they know the unity is coming. The same unity that Bob Marley was speaking about. African unite as we move right out of Babylon. Yeah? Are we going back to our father's land? Yeah? So they never want this. You know, Marcus Garvey said that when he started with the Black Star Liner. You know, Selassie gave the land in all Ethiopia, Shashamani, for black people that want to come back home.
Yes.
You know? So this unification of all African is something that they don't want to see. So they were sending your own people that look like you. Yes, some of them come pretending that yes, we are Pan-African, we're down for the struggle. But then after a while, they start to see something different. We are experiencing a lot here. But at the end of the day, these challenges is expected. We just have to keep going. As Marcus Garvey said, whatever you live for, yes, you will die for it because this is what you're dealing with. And it's not going to change. As he said, we die 1,000,000 times for his people. Mm-hmm. That for sure he have his heart for his people. Yes, challenge is going to come. But remember, this whole repatriation is bigger than any individual. It's bigger than Bla Xit. You understand? We just come out, we just playing a part. But it's bigger than all of us. No one individual could come and think, well, oh, I could control the reparation. No, it don't work. But we all could contribute to it. You understand? And that's why I keep saying, this is not going to be done with ego. It's going to be done with we go. As a people, we go. Not our egos. Our egos not going to make this happen. Oh, thank you, Marlo, the trucker. Thank you very much for your contribution. You know? And that's what I'm saying. Is we go as a people. And also, Brian Easley, thank you as well for your donation as well. We appreciate it, you know. Thank you very much. So what I'm saying, This is another turning point in history, and we all are part of it.
Yes.
And I respect all of those families that pick themselves up from the West and move to the continent. Coach Roebuck, thank you for your donation. Thank you very much. Yeah, so all those families, remember that's something great that you have done. That's a step forward. It's not easy to travel different places with your family and to start life all over again. It's not easy. So all those are going to build that courage to do it. It's not something simple. And we have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is all of us that make that move got to really sit down together and complement each other, not sit down and tear each other down. It don't work. We should have been really sitting down and complimenting each other, because we have to bounce off each other. And this is what it is for us as Black people. We have to work together. We must, because what we're doing now is for the benefit of our younger generation coming. Our children. Because one day Africa gonna reunite again. One day Africa gonna be back to where it was before. So it doesn't matter whether you're continental African born in the diaspora, we're all one. Yeah, and when we come to that realization, we're gonna see great things. Our hands build great things in the West. Our hands build great things here in Africa. Be proud of ourselves. It's a Black man that started there on street lights. Let's be proud of what we have achieved, what we have done. Computer, Black man. How many things have we done? How many things have we brought to the world? Yes, this disrespect that Africans is getting is just, after a while that will pass. That will pass.
I hope so, because there seems to be a ceasefire change. With what's happening with Ethiopia, you're seeing the evidence of it with your very eyes. Yeah. Media manipulation is real, and it's one big mind game. It's one big psyop. And I want you to know that. And if you don't think that we're being targeted, how could I have warned you 8 months before it happened that it was going to happen? Do you know why I could warn you 8 months before it happened to Bla Xit? I told you that we were going to be under attack, cyber attack. If you go back in my community posts, I warned everybody that this was going to happen. I think it was 8 or 9 months ago. It's quite a while ago now anyway. And the reason why is because once you start to have a successful exodus of people coming home, you're going to be attacked. Yeah. Every single Black leader has either been attacked or assassinated. Anybody that has been, if you like, having some kind of meaningful impact, because I don't see myself as a leader or anything like that. I am a content creator and possibly an influencer. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. And, and I try to help people with business, and I try to do my own business. And I also like to mind my own business. And all I'd like to say is that, this is an attack on our hearts and minds and soul and spirit. And the spirit of Africa is strong. Mama and Father Africa are strong. And let's be strong for them. But the main thing that we can do is be proud in our representation. And so, if you see negativity, just ignore it.
Let me pick up Corvus. What's that? Yes, big up. Antigua. Big up, man. Big up Antigua, Yes. So yes, my people, it doesn't matter. We're gonna keep going.
Queen Ari says, stop watching television.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's right. Watch Bla Xit.
Tell
your friends.
Yeah, listen. We see what's going on. Our eyes are open to what's going on around us. We're very much conscious of what's going on around us. And any which way, is already started. It started years before us. But now it gained momentum. You understand? Because it becomes so difficult for us now to live in the West. That some of us now realize that, you know what, I could afford to leave. Years ago, we couldn't afford it. You know, years ago, we couldn't afford it. But now, black people could afford to move now. Let's move. When you look at Ghana, Ghana is an example of how the kind of economy that was brought there, you know, by Africans just moving back to Ghana. You know, it will happen. It will be happening before Bla Xit. It's going to be happening during the time of Bla Xit, and it's still going to happen after Bla Xit.
Absolutely.
Yeah? But right now, the responsibility is on us as Africans.
Yes.
To heal ourselves.
Yes.
It's our responsibility, right? We could keep fighting each other, it's not going to work. Because when we fight each other, somebody else benefiting.
Exactly.
And they're laughing at our demise.
Exactly.
Because they set it up for us to be like that. You see? When you could openly come and start disrespecting your own, tearing your own brother down, putting it out there on YouTube, where all sort of people watching us tearing each other apart. You know, who is really benefiting? As far as the YouTube even making money from their negativity.
Of course.
Do you think they care?
No.
That's what they expect of us. So when we're going to change that status quo, when are we going to change that? You know? We come here to Africa, we come here because there's a reason why we all start repatriating back to Africa. Let that be reason, be positive. We're here on the grounds, preparing the way for more to come. It's not an easy challenge. But then you may have someone want to sit somewhere in Europe on the computer, you know, pushing on negative videos, but they ain't coming here to contribute nothing to the continent. They're not doing it. Yeah, I think we big him up already. Coach,
no, it's okay. I just when you
You
do
see?
a super chat,
Yeah.
I have to big you up.
Yeah,
So.
what we have to do, those of us that are coming back, let's be positive. Let's be positive. There's a lot going on. Yes, we have been through a lot.
We don't have to add to it. I think that's
No.
what it is. We don't have to add to the damage that's already done.
So we're coming back here to heal ourselves. That's most important. Today I was sitting down and we was talking to a beautiful couple. Yes? And while we was talking, I saw she was just crying, she was just crying.
Yes.
And I said, oh, don't worry. What we're actually doing here, before anything, this is more spiritual than anything else. You're actually bringing back home your ancestors that have suffered on the Western journey where they take them away. These are the souls you're bringing back. So even the husband, he was saying that when he came off the plane, and I think when he driving from the airport, he get this strange feeling. He said he can't explain it, but it's like a connection.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
He said he did not understand what the connection was. So I said to him, listen, this is the connection of your ancestors. You brought your ancestors back.
Yes.
Yes? He just said when you watch an alien movie.
Goose balls. Oh my God.
He just said when you watch them alien movie and they said the ship come back to the mothership.
Yes.
It just come back in and lock in.
Yes.
This is what is happening. It's more spiritual.
Yes.
This journey is a spiritual journey. Some of us is complicating it. You understand? It's a spiritual journey first. Our history is a unique history. And that's why I was even saying to them today that we have to have, yes. Yeah, Nikki, big up. We have to have a clear understanding of the difference. Because we have Africans in the West. Some of us in the West is descendants of the enslaved. And then some of us in the West is economic migrants that live to find greener pastures or to find wealth. But us now, our ancestors did not live by free will. They was taken and forced into the enslavement. So we coming back. We coming back. It's just coming back to get back our birthrights. Because that was taken away from us. You know? For now, we don't even know where we came from. I know some people do DNA tests, but we got to be realistic. When they take us from the shores of Africa and they take us to the Caribbean, most of us end up in Jamaica. We start interbreeding with each other anyway. So the DNA result gonna be, you know, I don't feel it would even be accurate. As far as I say, I'm a black man, and when I come back to West Africa, where I lay my head, that should be my home. And if I want to be in Sierra Leone, I should be welcome there.
Wherever we go.
Yes, so wherever we go as descendants of the enslaved in Africa, we always say should be welcome there. We are a different case.
Do you know what? It's good you should say that.
Right? Yeah, we are a different case.
You made me make a point, because the defamation that has been done against us as Africans, that are born outside of Africa, has also been damaging to the relationship between us and our brothers and sisters here on the continent because of the perception that has been done in the media. And I didn't touch on this, because if, our brothers and sisters born in Africa, born in America, for example, and our brothers and sisters born in Europe and in England, if every time they see something or a film on TV and it's always like, shown in Africa, and we're always depicted as criminals, or we're always depicted as, people that aren't successful, or people that aren't wealthy, or people that are like the lower dregs of society, then, this is what they do in order to project that. And then sometimes also when we're coming back, we focus too much on the, let's just say like materialistic side of things, rather than the spiritual side of things. And that's what we need to do, because a lot of us aren't truthful about our real experiences with racism and discrimination. We're not truthful about some of the harmful things that we have gone through and that we experienced. And we need to do that when we come back. We need to tell the truth about homelessness, drug addiction, prostitution. We need to tell the truth about, the fact that you're less likely to get a job than your white counterpart, right? Or European counterpart, whatever you want to say, right? We need to tell the truth. We need to tell the truth about that reality. And I need to go because I haven't eaten yet. So, Adrian, I'm going to let you close, but I want to say thank you to everybody that has supported the channel today. As you know, when you do help the channel, I like to show my appreciation on the screen. So thank you to, once again, to Marlo, the trucker, put you up there. I want to say big thank you to you for your support and your help. I want to say big thank you to Brian Eastley for your donation. Thank you. It's your hard-earned cash. And I've got to say that I appreciate your generosity, your kindness, and your thoughtfulness for thinking about us and for putting your money where your mouth is. I appreciate it so much. I want to remind everybody about those trainers, the ENDA trainers that you can get that are made in Kenya. Let's start wearing them. Let's start buying shares in that company. But remember what I told you is that, we don't have shares in these Western media companies. Yeah, and if you look at who does have shares and who controls it, you'll find BlackRock and Vanguard. Yeah, let's start having shares in our own media companies. Let's start working towards our own media exposure. So thank you, Brian, and I want to say thank you to Coach Roebuck. I'm going to close up because I am Marvin. I am so hungry. I'm surprised you can't hear my belly rumbling from there.
So yes,
I haven't eaten since a lot earlier on today. So I'm going to go and have a nice hot cup of fever grass tea before I eat something. So, I just saw a really nice comment, so I'm just going to put it on the screen. Solar Gesture said, is the link below. Charity starts at home. I was just looking for Wendy's comment about the documentary. I don't know if Wendy's put it in. Solar Gesture, how many Black Westerners have been attacked or deleted even by their own family members? Very true. And that's something that we have to solve. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got to stop attacking each other. you know,
We got work to do.
and the negative content about Africa. Africa is not Europe, and Africa is not America. Yeah, Africa is not the South Pacific. Africa is not Australia. Yeah, Africa is not the Caribbean. Africa is Africa. For Africans,
we got work
home
to do.
and abroad.
We got work to do on ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, because remember, you cannot heal the world unless you heal yourself.
Yeah, it starts within.
It starts with you, you know. We need personal development. And that's something that we have to look into.
Definitely.
Yes. So as I said, the live, Jules gonna close up the live. Thanks everyone for the contribution.
Is gonna close up the live.
No, we're closing now. I would like to thank everyone for the contribution. And thank you all for following Bla Xit. We'll be going over 2 years. You know, and it's that easy. We couldn't have done it without you. Big up Word of Maya.
Big up Word of Maya.
Yes, it's because of you.
Yeah.
Why we're here today.
Big Shaq. Man's not hot.
Yes, and out of you, you could see how many, nearly 100 vloggers now is now here in the Gambia.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's because you came here.
Oh, Wendy's got it.
Yeah.
Just posted it again. Showing.
And you create this platform for us. Wendy. And others come and others create platforms as well. And Wendy. After white Gambia now become on the map. Yeah. So, and many people in the diaspora now locked into Gambia. So, Word of Maya.
Where did she post it?
Thank you.
Wendy, post it again for me.
Okay, thank you for that inspiration. You know, as a young African, you make the whole of us proud because we see the work you're doing, brother Word of Maya.
Yes.
You know, we see what you're doing. And you deserve to have 1 million subscribers very soon.
Yes,
so
everybody subscribe.
Please
subscribe to Word of Maya.
I think you need another 30.
1 million. Yeah, to get to 1 million, he doesn't need that many.
About 30 more.
Thousand. I don't know.
No, not 30 more thousand.
I don't know.
It's about 30 more.
Is it? We have to go on his channel. But
he's on 970 something. Yeah, about 30 something.
And then check out, Swill's lovely creator. Yeah, his name is Michael Dapper, and he did the track "Man's Not Hot, Never Hot." Yeah, 2 + 2 is 4. I'm not going to pretend to rap, but anyway, "Man's Not Hot." Yeah, was a track that by one of his caricatures. Yes, Big Shaq. So he did an interview with him, and one of the things he made sure of us to tell us is that it's not about the numbers; it's about what's in your heart. Okay, so I did put a post out to say that. Thank you to Word of Maya. Thank you to Dynasty Me.
Yes.
Thank you to all of my sisters there online as well. Yeah, Gina. Yeah, Bijou Noir. Don't forget to tune into Bijou Noir. Please go to Travel with Tay Tay and see what she's up to. Okay, so go to my sister Shantae's channel, Travel with Tay Tay, see what she's up to. Go to my sister, African Superstar Black, see what she's up to. Hello, Gina. Yeah. Go to African Tigress, see what she's up to. Go to Miss Trudy and see what she's up to. Yeah. Go to Word of Maya, see what he's up to. Go to Teo, see what he's up to. There's far too many channels. And don't forget to
Joseph Sakala.
Joseph. Oh, listen, I got to tell you about this brand new vlogger. He's new to YouTube. He's got about 500 subscribers, and we'd love to get him to 1,000 subscribers at least. And that's Joseph Sakala LV. Joseph Sakala. So Joseph Sakala LV. He's trying, he's doing well, and he's a fighter. Yeah, and he knows the truth. It's a little bit of investigation, a bit of entertainment, a little bit of commentary. It's a kind of mixed channel. So, I'm just going to put it in the chat so you can see it. But please subscribe to my brother's channel. I think the other channels because a lot of them have been guests on here before, but he hasn't been. But I will be inviting Joseph Sakala to be my guest on Bla Xit. And yes, you will be having an exclusive interview from Usman Toure as well. So Usman's back. So we will be sharing that with you. And here's the film. We got it. We got it. So it's the revolution will not be televised about Hugo Chavez. So everybody, that's what we're going to be watching in bed tonight. Yeah, thank you, Wendy. Thanks for the advice. Remember the article that I showed you in the Independent with a mafia person who said that England is the most corrupt place in the world, most corrupt country, let me be correct. And don't forget to do what I said by checking those headlines in the media when it comes to Africa, and let's give that a wide berth. Let's stay clear of the media manipulation, and let's start to make a decision about Africa, maybe from content creators that are going to be honest with you and show you their view. And Bla Xit is one of the windows of the world here in the Gambia. Maya is the window of the whole of the continent. So please, he's changing the narrative of Africa. So please, please, please help our brother get to 1 million subscribers. And also, while you're at it, please, please subscribe to Bla Xit too. We'd love to get to 60,000 subscribers, and we can't do it without your help. And please give me lots of likes and lots of shares. It's not just the content, but share it, please share it. So share the word. So the thing is, last word tonight is, do you agree that we need an African defamation link? Just give me a thumbs up, and then I'm going to say goodbye. So good night, and I love you all. And I want to thank all of our super chatters tonight. Thank you so much for the super stickers. Yeah. Thank you to my lovely trucker there. Thank you to my lovely Brian. And thank you so much to our coach Robert. So good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.
Good night, family.
Okay. Good night, family. We love you. Thank you.